I believe that, the guidance should be the first thing that we should look forward to. That there is there should be someone who is, bearing the light and you can move ahead. Because in UPSC, what I started was that I didn't have any guidance. I just have that blind confidence, and like any other aspirant, that I'll just crack the UPSC. And there was no way ahead, to be honest. I just, focused that, okay, let's just complete another day UPSC. Whatever I've learned at Rebounce in 2 months, it's not like that, that I have learned some concept in GS2, and if I want to revise it, I can go ahead and revise it next week. So it is all applied. And if I'm not able to apply it, there's no use of repeating everything, repeating the syllabus continuously. You just feel like that you don't want to do it. So because of rebound sessions and, the interest that got developed here, actually my push got back, that my motivation, internal motivation, I would say, that came back. Did the work. I believe, as I said, that I was told to, collect the primary data through interviews too. So, and with this, one thing that I got to know was there are a lot of perspectives out there. There are a lot of people working at different places, and world is just not small revolving around UPSC. Whatever I've learned, another day. But now I'm happy that, I have just not taken the year gap. I have kind of, upskilled myself, or I have made myself a different individual before the 2025 attempt.
Congratulations for getting into the Geopolitics Fellowship at Rajneeti.
Thank you so much, sir. And it was all because of the opportunities that I've been getting at Rebound. So thanks a lot for that.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. We are glad to support you in getting into this Geopolitics Fellowship opportunity at Rajneeti. And for our audience, can you briefly introduce yourself and share a bit about your background?
Okay, sir. So I started, I actually started with UPSC, to be honest, just after my graduation. I completed graduation in economics honors from LSRDU, and just after completing it, I deliberately started UPSC preparation with full confidence, just like any other aspirant, and then giving 3 years to UPSC prep. Because of some of these setbacks, I decided to give myself a transition zone, and exploring different opportunities. Somehow I ended up scrolling on one of the Insta stories, where I got to know about Rebounds, and that was something like, I call this as a blessing in disguise for me.
Okay, all right. It's interesting. We are glad to support you in this journey, Sejal. When you started your UPSC journey, at that time, did you had this idea of maybe taking up some plan B, or what was your plan B in that case?
So in this very first attempt, I was not under that impression that I will have to give another attempt, or I will have to go to UPSC Plan B. But in the second attempt, I realized that there has to be some other way also. So just like any other aspirant, I was like that. Let's just give another government exam. But what I've realized is that government exams or any other exams is not really a UPSC Plan B, because it can also make you fall into the same loop or trap.
Okay, and how many years have you overall spent in the UPSC preparation till now?
So, sir, I started from 2022 and giving 3 years to UPSC. My last attempt was in 2025.
Okay, so you mentioned after 2 years you started thinking about maybe some plan B or
Yes.
taking up a plan B. So then at that time, then how was the next 1 year? So it was 2024 when you were thinking about some plan B. Then what happened? What were the reasons that you decided to spend another 1 year for UPSC, or how was that year? What were those things which you did in that year?
So, sir, when I decided that I have to go out and for something else, there was a lot of void, to be honest. Because, when you don't have any structure to go outside from the preparation, you feel like that, you're just empty hand. There's nothing in your hand, because UPSC is not clearing out, and there's nothing else. So that year, my reason to continue UPSC prep was just to, stay on a safer side, so that, I have that impression in mind that I'm not losing out on my preparation, and I am also looking out for the opportunities side by side.
Space. Okay, all right. So now what changed when you came across Rebounce? So before that also were options like public policy or political consulting in your mind, or how did it happen? How did things change?
So, like, whenever I heard about public policy and political consulting, it was always felt like that it is out of my reach, because while doing UPSC, you just isolate yourself that much that you always doubt the opportunities that is just in front of you. So I would say that the moment I was done with my 2025 attempt, I was like, I just need a break. And I was thinking about to take a full year break. So like not realizing that there can be opportunities, I can go ahead other things. But with that Instagram story, I was kind of motivated to just attend it, casually attend it for the sake of it. Let's just explore. And then I heard Akshat sir telling about things, and then I got to know way more than my knowledge about political consulting and public policy. And then I was like, okay, I go ahead with this. And then I had the conversation with you, and then I felt the push that okay, there's something out there, and I can go ahead with it, and my interest lies there. So somewhere like something clicked in that very session. So with just very hurry mind, I just enrolled and I started everything, and then I was like, okay, just keep working. And I would say one thing, that because of the rebounds joining, attending the sessions, I kind of got the push after the low times of UPSC, because repeating everything, repeating the syllabus continuously, you just feel like that you don't want to do it. So because of rebound sessions and the interest that got developed here, actually my push got back, that my motivation, internal motivation, I would say, that came back. And
Right.
yes.
So as you mentioned that, you just came across Rebounce via some Insta story and you decided to enroll in a very, very hurriedly. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm sure at that time you must be having a lot of dilemmas and confusion about Rebounce because you might be having whether the organization is credible or not, right? Because you came across us
Yes, yes.
across the platform before a couple of days only. So what were those confusions which were going in your mind? What were those fears which you had in your mind when you joined Rebounce?
So the first thought that came to my mind was that will it be another course that I enrolled in UPSC? Will I be attending the sessions? Will I give value to it? Because in UPSC, what happened that we just casually buy test series and then we forget about it. So that kind of mindset, that will I waste the money? Will I waste the resources and everything that I'm kind of investing myself to? Will it be worth it? So that kind of mindset was going on, and I don't think that it was 3 to 4 days, it was just 2 days, I believe. And at that time I was like, no, 2 days decision is not worth it, let me just take some more time. But there was this kind of coincidence that happened. The program was about to start in 2 other days. So I was like, there is a push, and I felt like that I am interested in public policy, political consulting. So I was not really sure about the idea that I got in the session. It's just that my interest came outside.
And now, 2 years, 2 months down the line, you joined our program in October. We are sitting in December, where you are about to complete one of the fellowships as well. Now, what is your take on this? What is your take on your overall experience with Rebounce?
Okay, so sir, I would say one thing in the very beginning of this, that I've become so much aware, and I have become an individual who kind of values even the small things, like even the smallest information that I'm getting and I'm consuming. And like when I talk about level of me, who was really naive about public policy and political consulting, now I consider myself a well informed person about the opportunities that are going on, about the kind of platforms that I can go ahead and work at. So I would say that these 2 months are not like 2 months, because getting this much information sometimes requires years. You will not be aware, you will just waste your years to UPSC, and then at the end you will be like, I didn't get anything. So I would say that having mentors side by side, and learning things with the guidance, that actually helped me a lot. And I believe that whenever we are starting anything, whenever we are deciding that we have to invest our time and energy to something, so I believe that the guidance should be the first thing that we should look forward to, that there is there should be someone who is bearing the light, and you can move ahead. Because in UPSC, what I started was that I didn't have any guidance. I just have that blind confidence, and like any other aspirant, that I'll just crack the UPSC. And there was no way ahead, to be honest. I just, focused that, okay, let's just complete another day, another day. But at Rebounce, I understood the value of guidance. I understood the value of, constant learning. So yeah, so it has changed my perspective to that aspect.
All right. Interesting. Can you also walk us through those 2 months? So you joined our program in October. How
Yes.
did your usual day look like when you were looking for a transition to a plan B career?
Okay, so during UPSC, we all know that our days go like we don't know the time, we don't know the days, what is happening. But when I joined Rebound, so I felt that I have got a structure for my day, because there were constant assignments, there were constant the sessions had a lot of information that I had to so like there was this interest part I'm constantly speaking about. So I always wanted to consume the most of it, whatever is being taught, whatever is being shared in the session. And the assignment were too interesting to to miss out on. So it was like that I deliberately started that, okay, I want a structure in my day so that I can complete everything and I can have the most clarity.
All right.
Yes.
So, Sejal, were you also preparing for civil services alongside while you were upskilling yourself?
So like after my 2025 attempt, I have completely stopped. And I just wanted to, give myself that transition or maybe some change. So as I was mentioning that,
Hmm.
I was thinking about taking a year gap. But now I'm happy that, I have just not taken the year gap. I have kind of, upskilled myself, or I have made myself a different individual before the 2025 attempt.
Right. So basically, when you joined our program in October,
Okay.
then initially you upskilled yourself. Was there any specific time period when you thought, now I need to bring my resume in the right shape, other stuffs in the right shape, and actively start looking for jobs?
Okay, so sir, actually, I didn't have any structured resume before this. I just have like information at my disposal that I can use at my in my resume. But after attending maybe like 2 3 weeks of sessions, I kind of realized that, okay, let's just work on it, because I was constantly seeing opportunities, and I was kind of getting interested day by day that, okay, like there's something out there I want to work at. And then I maybe like I exactly remember in November first week I was working so hard on my resume, that how to write it, how to change words, how to make it relevant to the opportunity I am applying to. So in November only, I guess that I just finalized my resume, and I actually started applying to different places to make my resume more worth it.
All right, interesting. And now, then, how did Rajniti happen? Rajniti is one of the placement partners at Rebound, so obviously we share that opportunity initially. But how did you came to know about Rebound, about Rajniti, and what was their overall selection process?
Okay, so like initially there was this post about full-time roles at Rajneeti, and it was based in Bangalore. So I kind of ignored it because I cannot relocate right now. So I just left the message. But then the another message came up that they are liking the profiles of students and they are opening up again. So that time I was like, let's just apply. Let's see what happens. And then I applied and left it, that okay, let's see what happens. And then one day, out of nowhere, I saw my phone ringing with the name HR at Rajneeti, and I instantly remembered, oh, okay, I applied for this. And then the HR told me about everything, that how they kind of shortlisted some of the CVs, and it is one of mine CVs that they have shortlisted, and they want me to instantly start working from tomorrow only. And the next day when I attended the interview round, so first my resume was again kind of reviewed again and again, and then my interview happened, and it was kind of 1 hour interview, and it was
Hmm.
all about international relations. And I was kind of overwhelmed again, that there are so many questions, not just in the contemporary times but the historical questions as well.
Now, can you also walk me through your overall experience of working in this geopolitics fellowship at Rajneeti? What kind of work were you doing here?
Okay. So, sir, when I started the work, as I said that I was told to, collect the primary data through interviews. And the interviews, they were kind of interviews that required 30 to 40 minutes of the person's time. And 30 to 40 minutes, if the person is just, casually answering the questions and, kind of giving opinions within 1 2 minutes. But if the person is really interested, so it actually went to 1.5 hours sometimes. So it is that
Mhm.
long. And if I am traveling outside to people to interview people in person, so my entire day went on and I could just interview 2 to 3 people. So it was like that. And when I started interviewing people, there was this questionnaire, like very big questionnaire. And to be honest, that time also I realized that there were topics that people were getting confused about, and they were asking me to explain the topic, the contemporary issue around it. And then I felt so much confidence explaining them, that yes, I know what I'm talking about, yes, I know what I'm working for.
You just
Yes, sir.
need to find answer to one question, why? And if the answer to that why is, let's say, your genuine passion and interest, no, nothing better than that.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
that's fantastic. And Sejal, now just as we wrap up, what advice would you like to give to someone, maybe a UPSC aspirant who spent around
Mhm.
2 to 3 years preparing for this exam and are now
Okay.
confused whether they should just keep on preparing for this exam, they should look for a backup, full-time backup, part-time backup, what should they do?
Okay, so sir, like I would sum up this answer maybe in 3 points. So one is that when we enter UPSC and when we get the setbacks maybe 2 3 times, so we kind of get into that zone that we are good for nothing. Like basically the concept comes to our mind is that there is nothing good in the world. We are good for nothing. But I would say that just after entering UPSC, if you're done with the syllabus, you are very well versed with the syllabus, you have actually opened doors in different fields. So like with every GS paper, with every subject you're learning at like during UPSC preparation, you have gained a lot of knowledge that you can actually pursue something in that very subject. So I would say that let's just not small, like make a small just till the UPSC preparation. Whatever we have gained, whatever we have learned, UPSC gives a kick start to whatever we can do. And to be honest, we don't value us that much, but after this 1 month fellowship, I realized that we don't value, but other people see us as an asset to their organization. So that is one thing, that we have to start looking us as an asset to anybody's working space or any platform. Second thing that I would say that sometimes UPSC cost you your mental health, but and like switching from UPSC gives you another toll, that what now. But I would say that there's nothing wrong in thinking what now, because life is not that short, that you will just go ahead your 20s with UPSC, and then you will carry that badge that I prepared for UPSC, now I'm doing something just casually. Because UPSC, again, like UPSC is that platform that opens up your mind. So it's something like that, when you realize that it's something is costing your mental health, please just get away and think by getting relaxed, have a conversation with your mentors or friends or family, or even if nobody is there, just sit in your room grounded, think about it 5 minutes, and then you'll get the answer. And then whatever answer you get, just don't ignore it, because I have done that and I have kind of wasted 1 year because I just ignored my instinct to move away from UPSC for some time only. Third thing I would say that just have faith.
Right, excellent. I completely agree with you. There is a whole world of opportunities which is waiting for you. You just need to have the
Yes.
courage to first leave what you initially started and maybe try and explore something else. So you cannot afford to stake your whole life, your whole career preparing for one exam. That is
Yes, sir,
not worth it
absolutely.
at all. The mental tool for this examination and by spending a decade preparing for this exam is not worth it at all. Okay, and
Yes, sir.
one more question. For anyone who just came across Rebounce, just like you came across Rebounce, and now is confused whether to join our program or not, what advice would you give to them?
So, sir, I would say that so like when I was joining Rebounce, I was having a lot of dilemmas as we discussed. So I won't say that anybody who is taking a break from UPSC just go ahead and join any organization for that matter, just to give yourself that satisfaction that I am working somewhere because I
Right.
heard in some video, or I got some insight in that video. But as I said, that you have to ground yourself for some time. You have to give yourself that space. Your mental space should be ready to go ahead somewhere and invest your time and energy. Because it's not so like whatever I've learned at Rebounce in 2 months, it's not like that that I have learned some concept in GS2, and if I want to revise it, I can go ahead and revise it next week. So it is all applied, and if I'm not able to apply it, there's no use of it. If I'm
Right.
learning, if I'm applying, and then I'm realizing that yes, I have gained something, I've gained some substance to my information. That's the main point to engage anywhere else.
You mentioned that our program is applied, and if you won't apply, you won't. There is no point of maybe even joining the program, which we completely agree with. Maybe can you tell me if some of the things which you felt were, let's say, outlier learnings in your overall program?
Okay, so like there were, I would specifically mention about two things that I learned in public policy, and one of the projects that I kind of researched about in political consulting sessions. So in public policy, we were having sessions about the theory of change, and I just don't know because the whole concept interested me a lot, and I kind of researched about it and kind of re-researched about it, and I kind of learned a lot because of that very session and the concept. So I would say that public policy was something that was way beyond my information, and because of these some sessions in the beginning, I kind of learned how to apply the theoretical knowledge, because there were a lot of things that giving me a background insight from my UPSC knowledge. But the way the sessions were conducted, and the way I was getting the chance to work in teams and apply every concept that I was working, the frameworks that were used. So that was the kind of information I never learned during my UPSC preparation, because the structure of study is not that level in the classrooms. And in the political consulting one, I would like to mention about the research part that I did about the political parties and their performances that is happening in the country in the maybe contemporary times. So I was under that impression that I don't have to go into politics or in the information that revolves around politics. But somewhere down the line, I always knew that I had the interest, and I was just kind of restricting myself. And when I started researching because of that very assignment, I realized that okay, this is my one of the main goals that can happen.
Thank you, Sejal. Thanks a lot for sharing this. I am 100% confident that our audience, our UPSC aspirant community, will certainly benefit from your advice, from the wisdom and the experience which you shared in this podcast. And thank you
Yes.
once again for taking out your time. And congratulations for getting into this role. We wish you all the very best for the journey ahead.
Sir, I just want to add on one thing, that I'm
Please.
really thankful to you and Rebounds, that I didn't expect that just this small opportunity that I cracked will be recognized this way. So I'm really thankful for that, and thankful for one of the things that I didn't get in my UPSC prep was the constant guidance and the help that I got here. So yeah, thank you so much, sir, for that guidance and for that constant support, and for recognizing my efforts that I applied for Rajneeti. So thank you so much for that.
We are glad to support you in this journey, Sejal, and we look forward to, continuously support you in the times to come, to support you in getting into better and bigger organizations going ahead. As we always say,
Yes, sir.
once a Rebounce family, always a Rebounce family. We abide by what we
Yes, sir.
say.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
And it's a humble request to all our candidates, all our audience who are watching this. If you benefited from this, please like, comment, and share. Your support really matters for us. In case you have any questions, we will also put the LinkedIn profile link of Sejal. So maybe you can reach out to Sejal on LinkedIn. Would that be fine for you, Sejal?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. It's fine.
All right. So we will put the LinkedIn profile link of Sejal in the description. You can directly reach out to her. Thank you, Sejal, once again. And thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.